The tech industry absolutely loves a silver bullet. Every couple of years, we collectively decide that what we currently have is garbage and we need to jump to the new, shiny thing that is, of course, going to take care of all our engineering problems. And so a couple of years ago, we collectively decided that Selenium is basically junk nowadays because of its flakiness and sluggishness, so we need to jump to the new kid on the block, which was Cypress. And that was the hype train that was promising us the whole new, brave new world of test engineering. And no wonder a couple of years passed and we are here now with Playwright being the new kid on the block that is promising to change everything. And so we are frantically rewriting our frameworks in Playwright to have them function better, because of course, changing the framework will change everything, right? Go to any tech meetup or read a couple of engineering blogs and you will see the very same sentence being rewritten in different ways. We changed to Playwright and all our engineering headaches suddenly disappeared. The tests are stable, fast, and everything is going fine and dandy. It's an attractive story, but it's also an illusion. And don't get me wrong, Playwright is a fantastic tool. It provides a lot of great stuff because the architecture is fast. The auto weights are a lifesaver. The trace viewer is brilliant, but what I am trying to say is that a tool is not going to fix a broken engineering strategy. If you migrate a poorly designed, unstable test suite from Cypress or Selenium into Playwright, you don't get to have all your problems magically alleviated. You don't get a more reliable framework. You get a garbage suite that you used to have that just burns through CI/CD minutes at record speed. Because here's the brutal truth the hype train conveniently ignores. 90% of unstable, flaky test frameworks have nothing to do with the execution tool that you chose to run them against. Flakiness is almost always a symptom of two things: poor test data isolation and unmanaged application state. Because think about it, if two tests are trying to concurrently modify or delete the very same database record, that test is going to fail. It doesn't matter if you're running it against Selenium, Cypress, Playwright, or black magic rituals, because this is not a coincidence. That failure isn't random. It's just a mathematical certainty that stems from broken data strategy. Playwright auto-wait feature is fantastic for managing asynchronous front-end renders. It waits for the elements to be visible, actionable, and attached to the DOM hierarchy. But auto-waiting cannot save you if your backend API is lagging because the test database is bloated. Auto-waiting cannot fix a race condition caused by the fact that your script moves faster than the state changes in your microservices. When you blame the tool for your unstable builds, you are basically just shifting responsibility. You are treating a deep engineering architectural flaw as if it was a simple syntax error. And so what happens when a team buys into all this hype train agenda, when they jump on this hype wagon? They fall into kind of a migration trap. Usually it goes something like this. The management approves a 3-month, 6-month, or whatever, a couple of month long plan to rewrite like 200 UI tests that they currently have into Playwright, because Playwright is going to be that silver bullet that fixes all our automation headache forever, right? And so senior engineers stop contributing to the team velocity, or they have to heavily cut their involvement in the actual velocity because they are overburdened with the work of rewriting everything into the new tool. So they are busy rewriting the old selectors into the new locator strategy. They are busy translating the old logic into the logic that is supported by the new tool, in this case Playwright. And everyone feels incredibly productive because rewriting stuff feels like progress. But during these 3 months, nobody asks the actually hard questions. For example, why are we validating this complex business logic at the UI layer in the first place? Why haven't we pushed 80% of these checks into the API layer? How are we handling the test reset strategy between runs? So you spend a couple of months rewriting all of this, you finally have this done, and so you run the new suite and everything looks perfect for the first 2 weeks at least. But as the product grows, the database gets heavier, the dependencies start shifting, suddenly you find yourself in a situation where all of these flaky problems come creeping right back in. Except now you can't blame the tool anymore, because you are already using the heavy hitter, the best tool on the market. So what in the world happened? And herein lies the clear dividing line between the junior and senior engineering mindsets, because juniors fall in love with the tool and they treat the tool as if it was a drug for any problem they might have. They want to rewrite everything into this new tool because there's no reason not to use it. So let's just rewrite the whole world into Playwright. So they fall in love with the tool, they buy the t-shirt, they attend the meetups, they learn every single API method, and they believe that the tool is going to save them from any and all bad engineering practices. They think a green build is a result of using the right NPM package, basically. A senior engineer or an architect is tool agnostic. They look at a thing like Playwright and they see it for exactly what it is: a highly efficient browser automation driver. Nothing more and nothing less. They know that a reliable test automation pipeline is built on things like strict data isolation, mocking external third-party dependencies, keeping end-to-end flows short, and treating your test code as if it was a production code. Because it is. So there's no reason not to apply the same architectural rigor to it. If your test strategy is a mess, then rewriting everything and migrating to a new tool is just rearranging chairs on a ship that's already sinking anyway. So am I telling you not to use Playwright? Absolutely not. It is the best, arguably, but the best test automation tool on the market right now. You should use it, but you should also stop treating the migration of your code like an ultimate fix for all your problems, because it's not. Before you write a single line of Playwright code, you should try and tidy your test environment a bit. You should clean up your data creation scripts. You should isolate your test executions. You should push your business logic verification down to the API layer whenever possible and just stick to the UI tests for the most critical paths. Do all of that first, and you may just find out that the tool was never the problem. Because tools change every couple of years, but the engineering principles stay the same. So don't let the hype distract you from the fundamentals, because those stay the same, and those are the things that actually keep your tests from being flaky. So keep your instincts sharp, and as always, keep on rocking.